For cheap and instant GTA 5 money, click the link in the description. What is going on, guys? My name is Chaotic and welcome back to another Grand Theft Auto 5 video here on my channel. Now in today's video, I'm going to be showcasing the top 5 most expensive and overpriced cars in GTA Online. But I think it's first of all safe to say there are many cars available in GTA Online which are very expensive for what you're actually getting in return for your money. So there are certainly plenty to choose from for this video, but I feel like the 5 which I have chosen stand out in particular. So without any further ado, let's get straight into things. So to start this video off, let's begin in 5th place with the armoured Benefactor XLS. Now yes, there are quite a few options in-game if you want to get yourself an armoured SUV. This one right here, however, will cost you $530,000, which in my opinion is a lot of money to spend on an SUV, making this one of the most expensive ones in-game, and it's only just behind the long wheelbase version of the Galavant Abala by about $1,000 or so. And in my opinion, the Galavant Abala is a much better looking vehicle. And if I'm not mistaken, the long wheelbase Galavant Abala is also slightly faster than this vehicle and has more customization options available for it at the custom shop. Because when you do take this car down to the custom shop, you'll find there are no unique modifications you can make to this vehicle whatsoever. Sure, you can upgrade this vehicle and apply all the standard customization options like the armor upgrades, the brake upgrades, and the engine upgrades, and so on, but apart from that, that's all you can do on this vehicle. So at a base price of $530,000, the Benefactor XLS armored variant truly is disappointing. And even then, when you go and customize this vehicle, you'll be spending around about $200,000 to $250,000 to fully upgrade it. There won't be any visual differences whatsoever between the fully customized variant and the standard base model. So if you want to purchase an armored SUV, the one which I'd recommend purchasing is the short wheelbase version of the Galavant Abala. For starters, I think it is a better looking vehicle, there are more customization options available for it, it has the same amount of armor, it's slightly faster than the Benefactor XLS, and it's also cheaper by almost $200,000. Anyway, so moving on, and in 4th place is of course the BF Raptor. This being a 3-wheel vehicle that was only just added into GTA Online a few weeks ago in the Bikers update. Now don't get me wrong, from some angles it is a very cool and good looking vehicle, but unfortunately what lets this vehicle down is its price. It will cost you almost $650,000 to buy this, which I think is a lot of money for what you're actually getting in return. For starters, it is a very small vehicle, so if you crash into anything, you're going to come to a stop almost instantly and take a lot of damage. It's in the sports category, but is nowhere near good enough to compete with any sports vehicle in any type of race, due to its speed and performance being much lower than most other sports cars. And then as for its customization options, well, there aren't any. There are no unique customization options whatsoever available for the BF Raptor. As you guys can see, of course, you have all the standard upgrades like the armor, the brake, and the engine upgrades, but you can't change anything on this vehicle whatsoever, like the bumpers, the fenders, the exhaust, or anything like that. So again, you could be spending as much as $200,000 to $250,000 on this vehicle to fully upgrade it, and it won't look any different to the standard base model which you can purchase. So I guess you have to stop and question, if you were to purchase this vehicle and then fully upgrade it and spend almost $900,000 on just this one car, what exactly are you getting for your money? Not exactly a lot, because like I said, it's nowhere near fast enough to compete with any sports cars in the game, there are no customization options really available for this, so all you're really getting for your money is a slightly different and unique vehicle to most other vehicles available in-game. But if you're looking for something which is buggy styled, just go ahead and purchase the BF Bifter or the Dune Buggy itself. It will save you over $800,000. Now, whilst we're on the topic of just throwing money away, let's move on to the 3rd most overpriced car in GTA Online, this being the Dundee Virgo. This of course was added into GTA Online earlier this year in the Lowriders Custom Classics update, and is of course customizable at Benny's original motorworks. Now, most lowriders aren't all that expensive to purchase, most being around about $30,000 or so. This one is slightly more expensive at $145,000, which isn't really that much money, but it comes down to the customization prices at Benny's. That's where you're going to be wasting most of your money. So I'm sure you guys know on most lowriders, you're going to be spending around about $1 million to maybe $1.5 million or so to fully upgrade these vehicles. But I feel the Dundee Virgo Classic is particularly overpriced for what you're actually getting. So for starters, to buy this vehicle, like I said, it will cost you $140,000 or just over that. Then to upgrade it at Benny's Original Motorworks, you'll be spending $240,000, which you have to pay if you want to apply any of the unique Benny's modifications to this vehicle. And you could be spending as much as $1 million on those. And by the time you have done so, what exactly are you getting back for your money? Well, in my opinion, not a lot. You're getting yourself an overly chromed and overly colourful version of the Virgo, which isn't exactly any faster or any better than the standard version. Now, this is just my opinion, but I feel the Dundee Virgo is the worst lowrider available in GT Online. It is certainly one of the slowest, it is one of the ugliest, and it's one of the most expensive ones you can buy and customize. And let's face it, no matter how much money you spend on this car, you'll never use it in free mode to drive around if you're just chilling or trying to get somewhere, unless of course you're going to a car meet, and you'll never use it in races or jobs simply because it's not fast and it's not practical. And there are so many other cars in the game which are not only cheaper but better in every single way. But moving on to the number 2 spot, this being the Tornado Rat Rod, which in fact again was only just added into GT Online a few weeks ago as a part of the Bikers update. Now this vehicle is $375,000 to purchase from the Southern San Andreas Super Autos website, and it's also the most expensive variant of the Tornado. There are in fact 7 different variants of the Tornado available in-game, with the cheapest being $15,000. Now sure, this vehicle does come with a few cool and unique features like the wide wheels on the back, but for $375,000, is it really worth it? Because this car is nowhere near fast for what you're actually spending. There are much faster vehicles in the same sports classic category. And then as for its customization options, well, once again, they are very limited and disappointing. It seems to be a common trend for this video that all the expensive and overpriced vehicles have very few customization options available for them whatsoever, and for this vehicle, there are only 2 custom modification options, those being the exhaust, and there's only 1 option in that category, and then in the hoods category, you have 2 different intake options, but apart from that, there is nothing else available for this vehicle except the standard upgrades. But most annoyingly, you cannot change the wheel design or wheel color on the rear wheels. So no matter what wheels you select in the wheels category, it will only change the front wheels. The same again happens when you choose a different wheel color. So unless you're a huge fan of having different colored wheels or the standard wheel color, you're stuck with the standard wheels and wheel color. So there we go. Unfortunately, this version of the Tornado truly is disappointing, and by the time you purchase this vehicle and then go and fully upgrade it, you'll be spending over $550,000 on this vehicle in total. Is it worth it? Most definitely not. All Rockstar had to do with this car to improve it is either bring the price down substantially, give it more customization options, or make it available down at Benny's just like the other version of the Tornado can, so we can fully upgrade it down there instead. But finally, moving on to the most expensive and overpriced vehicle in GT Online. This, in my opinion, is the Benefactor Sterling GT. Now don't get me wrong, there are many cars in GT Online which are expensive and considered overpriced, but in my opinion, this one right here just steals first place. This car right here is almost $1 million. And sure, it is a very cool classic car, but what do you actually get in return for that money? Well, not exactly a lot, apart from a slightly cool looking vehicle. But let's face it, there are other better looking vehicles for less money in the same sort of category. Now yes, the Benefactor Sterling GT does have a few customization options available for it at the Los Santos Customs, but as you guys will see in this video, every single customization option available for this car will try and transform it from the sports classic that it's supposed to be into a track racing car, which is what this car is not about. Maybe once upon a time back in the 60s and the 70s, when the real life version of this car was being produced and sold, the occasional person might have bought it for track racing, but that was a very long time ago. any cars that still do exist are being bought by collectors to put in their garages or in their houses just to look at. But either way, whether you like this style or not, this vehicle is not remotely popular in GTA Online whatsoever. It never has been, because this vehicle is simply overpriced and too expensive for what you're actually getting in return. So that's why I've placed the Benefactor Sterling in first place in this lineup as the most overpriced and expensive vehicle in GTA Online. So there we go guys, that's pretty much it for this video, but what are your thoughts and feelings on these 5 cars? Do you guys agree with my lineup? Are there any changes you would make, or any of the cars you guys think should be in this lineup which I haven't mentioned? So go ahead and leave a comment on this video. It would also be greatly appreciated if you guys could also take a few seconds out of it to drop a like on this video, as it helps me out a lot. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'd recommend that you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.